G'day guys, I'm Cole and we're here for the 2019-20 13th Beach Boardriders Prezzo. We're at Brewy Cola having some beers, having a good time.
Absolutely.
Digital Prezzo this year, first time ever. So yeah, how was the year?
Yeah, well, we managed to scrounge 5 comps out of the total we were aiming for. Conditions weren't great. We even had to scrounge out a comp at Signies, which has been a few years since we've probably done that, I guess. But yeah.
So what were some of the key highlights this year?
Highlights, I guess, the way the women kicked things off at decent sized beacon, and really, it was like 6 or 8 girls in the water, I think there was, and they really sort of took it to a decent sized beacon. Big highlight, I guess, that I remember was Maxie Bassett actually took down all the big kids in the under 18s. So what's Maxie, about 13? Won an under 18 comp, which beats Zeph and Charlie and all the boys.
Some of the state's best. Took them down.
The state's best, in fact. Our
juniors, the Bassett hand.
Our juniors are mixing it with everyone these days.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff cooking away.
Absolutely.
So a big thank you to all our sponsors who have continued to help us through this tough year, but we'd like to give them a massive shout out. So a big thanks to
Bendigo Bank, our major sponsor. Ballerine Property, Michael Higgins Building Design, Palmer's Plaster, Barwon Heads IGA, 13th Beach Osteo, Ocean Grove Hotel, Brewy Colo, and all our comp sponsors, so 40, Strapper, Rip Curl, Quicksilver, Tonic, Green Room, and then Surfing the Mentalities, who put up our first prize for Open 8, and that being the trip to Ness. So yeah.
So some big news at the club, a bit of change.
Yes.
So fill us in. What's happening?
Yeah, stepping down. It's time for the young bucks to take over and run the show. I think.
Stepping up.
Stepping up, they are. Sure are.
I'm sure you'll be there to lend a hand. But so, what's the go?
Yeah. Well, it's my. I've been on the committee for the last 5 years, president for 3. Been some massive highlights in that time. I definitely recall the old 40-year Prezzo. I think everyone can remember that one.
Can't remember much of it.
I actually can't remember much of it either. But yeah, it was good to get Grinspoon, and the way that whole night worked out is like one of the better nights of my life, I think. But I think the quality of the spots, we've had really good quality beacon in the last few years. Haven't run any comps at Grove, that sort of thing. The social events. Things like Doomfest at the farm. That was pretty epic, and just all the prezzos and just all the fun we had at comps. Last few years have been epic. What we've been able to do with the Australia Day thing, it's changed a little bit, but the pairs thing has made it really interactive and inclusive, and it's been fun. Competitively, we beat Torquay like a couple of times, so that was nice.
Very big highlight.
Very big highlight. A couple of melts in there. That was always good to see. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to kick into now. I'm going to hand it over to the guys. We've got a really good foundation, and going to move on to try and make sure the team are all buffed out, get training going, and manage that whole side of things and have some fun. That's the funnest part of the club, I think. The bus trips and all the rest of it. So looking forward to that.
We do have a good time, so that's it. Thanks for all everything you've done, and I'm sure you'll be sticking around and helping out in the background, just not the face of the club anymore. Right, so we had the AGM meeting throughout the year, and we've elected some new committee members and filled some new roles, and pretty stoked. We've got some young blood coming in, and I'd like to formally introduce and welcome the new Vice President of 13th Boardriders, Fletch Callahan, and the new President, Mitch Pope. Right, so, Mitch, Fletch, big responsibilities now. You're steering the club. It's been going for 40 years. Don't stuff it up. 43 years, who's counting?
Thanks, Cole. We're pretty stoked actually to take over and let some young blood back in.
So you've got some big plans, I hear.
We do have some big plans. First one is we're still working on the clubhouse. So that's slowly ticking along, but it's headed in the right direction. Clubhouse. So hopefully, in the near future, it'd be nice to have our own clubhouse, hang out, have some beers, with our prezos, and have some, surf talk nights and stuff like that. And that brings me to the next part. We're starting up a community surf talk called Talking Surf. Chatting to, I guess, local legends, you could call them, about, the first one's going to be about surfing bigger waves and how to get more comfortable surfing bigger waves. And there's another one talking about surf etiquette in the water, and I think Fletcher's old man's going to be part of that one.
Really?
Just making sure everyone's being respectful and keeping everyone in line out in the lineup.
The ghost of 13th, the Phantom, that's what some people call it.
Yes. There's big things happening with the women's program this year too, which we'll get Shasta on shortly to talk about.
And a few words from the Vice President, Fletch.
I'd just like to thank Fredo for his efforts over the last few years. It's been awesome, him showing me around the club and how it's going, and excited for the future.
Fredo, want to come up?
Thanks, boys.
So yeah, this is from all of us on the new committee, myself and Fletch, nice bottle of scotch.
Thanks.
There for you, so
yeah.
give you that one.
Cheers, legends.
No worries, so enjoy that.
A couple of legends here. Godspeed. Oh, Mitchy's been on the committee since he was like 15, so big platform now, so you're going to do it easy. So.
Awesome, thanks Fredo.
All the best.
Yeah, from myself, big thanks. You've done so much for the club, like bringing in the new live heats, electronic judging, and overseeing the 40th, and bringing in new sponsors, new people, getting everyone included, and just growing the club. It's been great.
Thanks, mate. Legend.
No worries.
Good on you.
Thank you.
And Prido, is there anyone you'd like to thank? Or?
Love to, thanks, Cole. Yeah, that'd be great. Especially people like Tammy. She's been here from the get-go with me. She's been kind of 2FC, helping out. She's been epic. Tammy Coleman, thank you very much. And Erin as well, Vice President last year. The Sapovskis, Jen, Trev, the Weapon, helping set up comps and pack them down. People like Flynn, comp directors with me every time. Legend contest director. People like Gaz is always there with photography. And then the incoming sort of support we've had from Minnie, Rachel, Shasta, everyone. Thanks very much. And just all the parents and all the people that rock up on comp day and help put it up and put it down. So, cheers, legends.
So we've got some exciting things happening in the women's area of the club. So we're going to get Shasta in to talk to you about that. Oh, Shasta, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. A bit sunburnt, but I'm feeling good. What's been happening?
The last season obviously was a big movement with women in the Boardriders. So we had the first time, I think we had 7 or 8 open women compete, which was awesome, and I popped my beacon cherry, which was, super exciting. We also had some success with a grant that we went for with Big Health, just trying to get more females participating within a club environment. And we also saw the creation of Freestyle Women, which ran in the Rom-Com. So we had new members join the club, and it was just super exciting to see new women coming to the club and getting part of it, as some of the mums of the Groms that were surfing like myself. So yeah, exciting stuff coming ahead, and it's been really great being a part of the club environment.
No, you've all been ripping. I'm actually a little bit jealous of the comps you run down there. If I put my hair in a ponytail, I might be able to sneak in as well. So what's plans for this season coming up? I know you've got some big stuff cooking away.
Super exciting. We're actually going to have our own women's comp this season. So all those surfers out there, it doesn't matter if you are on a mini mel, a fun board, a fish,
softboards are allowed.
Anything under 9 foot, because we're keeping our friends at Seoul, for the 9 foot. So if you're on a longboard,
9-1 over there.
Yep.
8-9 with us.
You got it. But women's comp, and yeah, some new divisions. So just catering for that girl that doesn't want to surf beacon, but wants to be a surfer within a club. So heaps of stuff coming.
So yeah, tell your friends, join up.
Yeah, and we'll do social events and some development programs too. So hopefully our surfing skills will take us to beacon.
Yes, so stay tuned is what you're saying. There's big stuff to come.
There is.
Thanks for that, Shasta. Stay tuned because we've got some beacon action coming right up. as that. Some frothy tubes. We love that. I'm here with Minnie. We're going to talk Groms. Massive year for the Groms, actually. My first year as contest director, and we had everything thrown at us under the sun. You actually looked a bit stressed throughout the year. There was a lot of kids. A lot of kids. We had to split the banks eventually because it ended up being a 7 or 8 hour day. But lots of help from everybody and thoroughly enjoyable. A fantastic year, Cole. Yeah, and I'm sure you've got some thank yous you want to say. Christian, the president for that period, did a fantastic job. Tammy and Sean Coleman, who really helped us out, but all the parents, it was a group effort, and lugging barbecues up the beach, tents up the beach, the judging, it was a really team effort, and especially with the Groms, because it is the parents and the families, I was overwhelmed with the support and the enthusiasm for what we were doing. It's epic, and a couple of highlights from each comp. I know you guys had a lot of stuff going on down there, some tears. Mainly from me, yes. I threw my toys out of the cot a number of times. We had everything throwing at us this year, Cole. We had from Strapper Comp 1, which was at Ocean Grove Surf Lifesaving, and we started off the morning and it was 3 foot and quite nice. I remember sending a text to the rest of the committee members going, "We are on, this is the day of days." And the moment I hit send, the wind turned westerly and picked up to 50 knots. There was umbrellas rolling down the beach, and we had to tie some kids down. I was going to say, some of the lighter kids might have been blowing away as well.
But we stuck it out and managed to have a fantastic day, and that was the first one that went for 4 or 5 hours. The second comp was the tonic comp, which is at Boynes. We had fantastic conditions for that. The quality of surfing in that event was absolutely fantastic. The third comp was a rip curl called a redo comp, and that was because we couldn't have it on. The conditions were so terrible on the weekend that was planned, we held it over to the second weekend. Unfortunately, there was a competition in South Australia for the juniors, so a number of them couldn't attend. But that was another fantastic one. That clubbies comp actually ended up with a massive storm hitting at about 3 o'clock, and we had 50 people huddled in the surf lifesaving observation tower, and I've never been more scared in my life. There was a number of us who were watching our things and thinking, if the lightning strikes now, we're going to be responsible for about 60 grommets deaths. But we got through it, we escaped, and all's well. Then we had the fourth comp, which is the 4D comp, and this was the Christmas comp. So this was late November, early December last year, and that was at Ocean Grove at Mixed Steps. 40 was there with all his boards, and that was fantastic. The conditions were sort of 2 to 3 foot light on shore, which for everybody who's surfed Grove is the optimum conditions. You definitely don't run offshore there.
Primo Grove.
And that was followed by a fantastic community event, which was up at the park in the back here. We had pizzas and a Christmas party for the grommets. Santa came on the fire truck, which was fantastic. He handed out some lollies and some icy poles, I think. And halfway through that event, the fire department got a call out, and Santa got left at the park with us. Still not sure whether Santa made it home, but the presents were delivered on Christmas Eve, so I assume he got there eventually. And the last comp was the Quicksilver comp, which was in between Boynes and Clubbies, and we set up on the beach and we were all going, there's a bit of a smell around here.
I heard there was a bit of a smell. I didn't want to say who I thought it would have been, but it turns out it was something else.
We were casting aspersions of a lot of unwashed grommets, but we found out later that there was a dead seal about 50 metres from where we were, and so a party had to go and bury that so we could then go and get on with the event. So a fantastic year, and very entertaining, Cole.
Well, it sounds like as contest director, you really pick the eyes out of it with storms and torrential wind every contest.
Yeah, I'm blaming Brito for that one.
It's a massive year, so thanks to everyone for coming down and participating, because the numbers have been massive.
Huge. And it's really, really pleasing. And we run the Groms comp with 3 things in mind, Cole, and that's the most pleasing thing. The first one is we want everyone to enjoy each other's company and make lifelong friends, and that's one of the key parts of the 13 Beach Boardriders Grom competitions. It's friends before placements, and everybody who participated did that really well. The second thing we try to do is enjoy the beach and only leave our footprints.
And we were a little bit harsh with some people on the dunes, but I did a sweep of the beach after every event, and there was no rubbish left, and we really lived up to that motto. So thank you everybody who helped out and participated in that. And the third thing we do is learn the craft of competitive surfing. So we are about winning and we are about future world champions, but we're more about learning the craft and making sure everybody has an enjoyable day and they know more about competitive surfing at the end of the day than they do at the start. And I'm really pleased to say that everybody who participated really embraced those three mottos of what we're doing, and it was a fantastic year. We also introduced a thing called the Silver Surfboard Award, which was for the grommet who embodied those things, and the committee thought that the grommet who embodied those things during the day. And that was awarded to that grommet at the presentation, and it was well received, and I think it's something that we will look to do for future years.
So what is this? What's the Silver Surfer?
It's a little trophy. It's less about the trophy, but it's more about acknowledging a grommet who has done the right thing and lived up to the club's mottos.
All right, so I'm sure all the grommies at home are chomping at the bit to find out how they went. So let's dive into it. The Premier Division, under 8s. Fill us in.
Under 8s mix, so we put the boys and the girls in here. So it is a very much an encouragement division. And these guys did a fantastic job. Often the conditions, we were suiting the 14 to 12-year-olds, and the shoreys were huge, and I saw more wipeouts in this division than any other coal. But they rolled up the beach, they dusted themselves off and paddled back out with a smile on their face. It was also the division that I saw the biggest smiles and I had the most questions from. These guys are enthusiastic, they rocked up in the cold and they wanted to know when the heat was, and then 5 minutes later they wanted to know when their heat was, and then 5 minutes after that they wanted to know where their heat was. And I absolutely loved it. This was a fantastic division to see go down for the year. The participants were Pearl Ryan, Lockie Collier, Phoebe Todd, Harry Miller, Nash Robinson, Raph Casey, Charlotte Edwards, and in 4th place was Ashton Edwards. Well done, Ashton, there's a trophy coming your way. Bass, you came 3rd. Congratulations, you had a great year. In 2nd place was Joshua Maud, and taking out the division was Elby Nuzzum. Well done, Elby.
Congratulations.
So which out of all the comps, Elby, do you think was your favourite?
I don't know.
Do you prefer mum or dad to push you into waves?
Dad.
Why?
Because I don't think Mum's ever pushed me out onto a wave. and Dad's pushes me onto better waves.
And you've got some brothers and sisters just behind you. Who's going to be the best surfer in the family?
Me.
Do you think you're going to be better than Dad?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're already better than Dad?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Well done and congratulations.
So many under 10 girls, fill us in.
Under 10 girls. This had another huge number of participants. There was 10 participants in it, and the 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the division all missed some comps. So of that, they all missed 1 comp, so their results all counted. So a very, very tight finish in the end. In saying that, the winner had 4 wins and a 2nd for the season, so quite a dominant performance. The participants for the year were Shara Major, Evie McClare, Olivia Garris, Addison Lawless, Carla Martin, Lily Sapolsky, and then taking out 4th, but as I said, missing some few events, and I think this was her first year in the Groms, was Iluka O'Loughlin. Well done, Iluka. In 3rd place was Matilda Kerr. In 2nd place was Taylor Metcher, and taking it out with a very comprehensive performance was Alexi Fieldman. Come in here, Lexi.
Congratulations.
Did you enjoy your year, Lexi?
Yes, I did.
So you've got some sisters who surf pretty well. Do you think you're going to be better than them?
I don't know.
Do you think you're already better than them?
No, not really.
And what are you looking forward to most next year?
Being able to surf with people without having to keep going down into lockdown, being able to see people.
That would be nice. If the audio didn't cross there, she was hoping that she could go surfing with a lot more people without having to go into lockdown. Although keeping some of those people from Melbourne out is not so bad, is it?
Yeah.
Have you got any thank yous you'd like to make?
Thank you, Mum and Dad, for always taking me down to the beach and teaching me how to surf, and for everyone in the community making the surf company happen.
Well done, congratulations, and we'll see you next year.
All right, Minnie, so tell us what happened in the under 10 boys division.
The under 10 boys, Cole, I think I saw the largest improvement from the start of the year to the end of the year. They developed very, very quickly, and their competition skills and surf skills went through the roof. There was a very big rivalry between two of the major competitors. They won all of the events between them, and they've set up a rivalry which I'm sure will go for the next 20 years.
Sort of a Kelly-Andy type rivalry, you can almost say.
Kelly-Andy, yes, they're very, very similar. I think there'll be a world champion amongst them as well.
That's what we want.
The participants in the event and the guys who didn't make the top four but had a fantastic year were Jackson Collier, Pat Edwards, Josh Beasley, Kai Russell, Luke Sapolsky, Kai Pritchard and Bay Lampard. And then we had in fourth place, and congratulations, getting a trophy, is Elliot Gill. In third place is Felix Todd. And then it came down to these two boys I was talking about. Both of them missed an event, one for being on holidays and one for breaking a leg. But the eventual second place was Cove McPhee. Congratulations, Cove. And the winner was Kai Coleman. Well done, Kai. Come on in. We're not allowed to shake.
We can elbow bump, don't leave me hanging.
Here's your trophy.
Thank you.
A fantastic year, and as I mentioned, between you and Cove there wasn't much going on, and you did happen to break your leg just in the last thing. How did you break your leg?
Skate park.
Do you reckon Cove put some pebbles down on the thing before you fell off?
Maybe.
And is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mum and dad for just taking me down the beach and having some fun.
Fantastic. And what's your? Are you going up an age group for next year?
Yeah, I'm going to the under 12s.
Stiff competition. And how's ISO been treating you? Been getting some water time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water heaps and practice more.
Great. Well, congratulations, Kai. Looking forward to seeing you again next year, and best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Minnie, I heard the under 12 girls was another fierce rivalry in there. Fill us in with those.
Fierce rivalry and a massive field. We had 12 girls who participated in it this year, and once again it was very, very close between the top two, and it came down to the result of the very last comp. Nail biter. So participating in it and having a fantastic year was Ruby Edwards, Lara Ford, Kaya Martin, Mika Bryce, Andy Beersley, Lalani Robinson and Sienna Gill. Coming in fourth place and having a fantastic year was Michaela Martin. So well done, Michaela. You'll be getting a trophy. In third place was Tegan Evans, and as I mentioned, it came down to the last two people here, which was Arabella Amos and Dahlia Fieldman. And in the last comp, Dahlia happened to get the wood over Arabella. So Arabella, congratulations, you came second, and winning this one was Dahlia Fieldman. Well done, Dahlia. Come on in. Elbow bumps due to COVID, and stay our things apart. Step back here. Congratulations on a great year. You seem to, your eyes are a little bit colourful there. Would you mind explaining what's happened?
I fell over at school with soap on my shoe.
Well, at least you can stand on a surfboard a lot better than what you can stand on your eye. The second thing is I have probably seen you surfing more during ISO than any other grommet. You seem to be making the most of it. Is there any thank yous you'd like to make?
Thank you to Dad for taking me out every weekend and helping me. Yeah.
And are you going up a division next year?
Yeah.
Well, exciting times, and thank you very much, and congratulations on a year well served.
The under 12 boys division is up next.
Under 12 boys, thank you very much. It was super competitive. This division had different finalists for every comp. There was 4 different people out of 4 different finalists in every of the 5 events. A very hotly contested division. This person who won had the perfect season though. They had 4 wins and they missed 1 event, which they obviously didn't poll in. So the winner was very clear and a fantastic year was had by everybody. So the participants were Ned Allen, Archie Tribe, Macklin Pritchard, Darcy Cotter, Charlie Eels, Oscar Kerr, Finbar Crap, and in 4th place, and a very, I think, surfing above the top of the age group, was Teal Lampard. Well done, Teal. In 3rd place was somebody who's gone to Queensland and is now, I think, in the Alley or the Burleigh Boardriders, Brodie Scott. In your last year here, well done, you came 3rd. In 2nd place, and not too far behind, was Joel Bartley. Congratulations, Joel. And taking it out, as I said, with 4 wins and 1 no-show was Taj McPhee. Well done, Taj. Come on in here. Congrats.
Thank you.
So big year, Taj. Which was your favourite competition out of the 4 that you went in?
It's probably the first one, to be honest.
That was the one at Grove with the wild winds?
Yeah.
And your brother did okay. I think he came 2nd in the overall tallies to Kai Coleman. Who do you reckon is going to be the best surfer out of you guys?
I don't know. Have to wait to see.
Congratulations. Have you got any thank yous you'd like to make?
I'd like to thank my parents for taking me heaps. And yeah, pretty much everyone for organising it.
Thank you very much. And next year, so how old are you now?
12, yeah.
12, so you'll be in under 14s next year. You have to step it up, so you'll have some stiff competition, but I am confident that you will do extraordinarily well. I think that you have the talent to not only be a club champion, but a state champion, a national champion, and potentially a world champion. Congratulations, Taj. Well done.
Thanks.
So up next is the under 14 girls. How'd they go?
This is a fledgling division, Cole. So we really had 2 participants in it and they did a great job. Sometimes we have an under 14 girls individual division and some people from the under 12s would surf up. Other times they surfed amongst the under 12s, but it was a hotly contested division between them. But there was one standout and the winner actually had an amazing season. The participants in this division was Carla Ford and Belle Gee. We also had special thanks to Dahlia Fieldman and Arabella Amos who surfed up. But in 2nd place was Carla Ford and taking it out was Belle Gee. Well done, Belle. Come over here. Bump elbows.
Thank you.
So in the introduction to this, Belle, I was just saying that this is a fledgling division and I was just going to thank you for being a really good sport. Sometimes we had an under 14s girls, sometimes you surf with the under 12s, and but thank you for being such a good sport and we look forward to getting more participants for in this division for you next year. Overall, what was your favourite comp?
Probably the Christmas one and the 4D one. It was really fun because there was lots of girls surfing in my age group.
Yeah, that worked very, very well. And you are the only person in the entire Groms division who won every event they went in. So that was a clean sweep, 5 events, 5 wins. So well done, congratulations. Have you got any thank yous you'd like to make?
Thanks to Mum and Dad for taking me to all the comps and all the organisers. It's been awesome for my first season. So yeah.
Great job. And I'd just like to add that Belle has got some younger brothers and sisters and she was the first person who I saw who'd run her events. She'd surf all day and then she was more than happy to take her younger brothers and sisters out into the Groms expression sessions. It's leading by example and really epitomises what this club and the Groms thing is all about. So congratulations, Belle. I look forward to seeing what you do next year and onwards and upwards.
Alright, so up next is the 14 under boys. So Vinny, fill us in.
14 under is the big dogs division in the Grommet, so that's where it comes up to. And these boys played hard. It was the most fiercely contested division out of all of it. They fought hard in the water, there was elbows flying, they took it very, very seriously. but they left it all in the water. There was handshakes and everything at the end, and they did an amazing job. These guys, being 14 and under, they kind of started the season as boys, and they definitely left as men, and they are fighting their way through the lineup and getting a whole lot of very good waves. The results here was interesting because, as was mentioned earlier in the broadcast, was the third comp, which was rescheduled, clashed with a junior comp in South Australia, and there was only 2 out of the 15 participants who were actually who were available for that comp, and it really threw the results at the end of the year. The people who participated was Harvey Graham, Rue Robinson, Charlie Confoy, Campbell Asher, Mannix, Sam Eels, Lenny Allen, Will McGregor, Otis Cotter, Jerry Kelly and Jet Lampin. You guys all had a fantastic year. Thank you so much and well served. In 4th place, and I think the youngest person in the division, or very close to it, was Maxie Bassett. Well done, Maxie. Killer year, and it was great to see your progression over the 12 months. In 3rd place was Remy Roberts, who also had a fantastic year and some really good results. And then in 2nd place was Harry Farrier, and the last person there and the winner was Jack Bassett. Well done, Jack.
No touching.
Step in here, Jack.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
So, how'd you go in South Australia for your comp?
In the Grand Surf,
Yes.
not very well.
Should have, in hindsight, you stayed and surfed the events in the Boardriders?
Yes.
Well, that would have been fun. Your Maxie there, your brother, came 4th. So do you think who's going to be the best surfer out of you guys in the end?
Probably me.
And who's the best surfer in the family right now? Your dad is a club legend and has been competing in the Masters for quite some time. Who has the bragging rights around the table most nights?
Still probably me.
Nicely played. Have you got anyone you'd like to thank, Jack?
Thanks heap 40 for all the support. Thanks for the family. And all the training off surfing Vic's been really good as well.
Congratulations, well done, and look forward to seeing what you do next year.
Thank you.
So the 1st division of the seniors comp, the cadets, under 16s, massive year. What happened?
Under 16s. So I'm guessing with the fact that we ran pretty much every comp at Beacon, this decides the kids king of Beacon.
Someone to look out for, prowling the lineups.
No more freaking if the Beacon's peaking. Here we go, number 4, Isaiah Norling. Stand out.
Is he? He's grown a fair bit.
Is he?
Bit of a string bean now, isn't he?
Yeah, absolute legend, always in the water. Taylor Major, number 3.
Another
Had a
shredder.
huge season. I think he actually won an event in this season. So Taylor Major,
Ripping.
props to you, mate. And I came down to 2. Quite interesting little tidbit here. Number 2 is actually the state champion for the under 18s in Victoria, Charlie Farrer, number 2. Second place. Well done, Charlie. Which brings us to the winner, Jack Bassett. Come on down, Jacko.
Good,
Congratulations,
elbow
buddy.
up there.
What do you got to say?
The Bassett Hound.
Thanks heaps for all the committee for organising all the clubs. Been a tough year with all this stuff, but it's been good too.
And I've heard a rumour that your favourite flavoured milk is strawberry. Is that correct?
No.
I thought you were a big fan of the pink milk.
No.
No. What's your favourite? You've just surfed. You've come home. What's your go-to post-surf meal?
Milo.
It is a meal and a drink.
Yeah.
One-stop shop.
Yep.
Good work, mate.
Thank
Happy
you.
year. All right, pretty hotly contested division, the junior under 18s, juniors.
Yeah, starting to get hair on the chest.
They're really starting to turn into big boys. Fill us in. How was the year?
Yeah, well, what we tried to do with these guys is that we had 2 legit under 18s, Zeph Lampard and Charlie Mahoney. Right, so what we tried to do was clear the lineup for them as much as we could, but all the under 16 kids were Frother.
Yep.
So we're like, go for it, but they can't get interferences, these 2 boys. Leave them alone. So it's really down to these 2, but with an interesting little tidbit that we'll get to later.
Oh,
Shall we get to the placings?
fill us
Tom?
in, yeah. Who was
All
in
right. Fourth place, Max Bassett. Third place, Isaiah Norling. It's featured again, Isaiah Norling, which leaves the two big dogs left, and it was Charlie without the chocolates today, Charlie Marnie. Charlie in second, which leaves Zeph Lampard first place. Good on you, Zeph.
Come on in. Congratulations.
Another club championship, right on, mate. You're in champ. Good on you. Good to say.
Thanks everyone for this. It's awesome.
That's it.
Thanks Rip Girl, Dad and Tony and 40, probably the biggest one, 40 for all the awards he does. That's it.
You've been going right. A bit of fishing too lately, huh?
Yeah,
Been
yeah.
on the snapper today, were you?
Yeah, probably fishing as much as I've been surfing.
Are you scared of little kids with the fishing? Because I know that there was a bit of a scare in the with the up and comers in one of the events, and one of the 12-year-old kids took the chockies in one of the events. Was that a bit of a surprise?
Yeah, I reckon it was Maxi won an event.
Maxie won an event.
That was
Beat
sick.
both of you.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Zeph. Another great season.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be back featuring with the rest of the placings, the rest of the winners as time goes on.
So, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Freestyle winners. First year that we've had the freestyle women's division.
I'll rip straight into it, shall I?
Yeah, rip straight in.
Women's freestyle.
I'm dying to know.
Let's go with number 4, Jenny Boda. Congratulations, Jenny. Third place, coming from fine pedigree. You wouldn't know with her surname because it's a new surname, but Anna Mecha. Congratulations, Anna. Rachel Feldman in second place, our current club secretary. It is secretary. And which leaves us in first place. It is Shasta O'Loughlin. First place. Congratulations.
Thanks.
How was the year?
No.
Well, it was pretty awesome, I guess, being the first time that we've run this division in the
Yeah,
comp. So yeah, no, it was awesome to see some of the mums that generally are there, you know, changing, putting kids in wetsuits, carrying boards up to the car park, to then actually getting in the water and having to surf themselves. So, including myself being one of them. So yeah, it was stoked, and I'm stoked to see what we do with it in the coming season. And thanks to the club for allowing us to actually surf. And you know, I know the standard's a little bit different to that open women's division, but hopefully by having this freestyle division will attract more women into the club and then feed the open division.
It's all
more
about
readily.
participation, isn't it?
100%.
And lots of options next season,
Yeah.
isn't there? So.
Yeah, full women's comp next season, so encouraging any of those other women that are in the club already that might not even surf. We'll have some beginner days and stuff like that too, with some lessons and development training sessions and stuff too. So big focus, and yeah, thanks heaps to the club and everyone involved for letting us be part of the club and supporting it.
Happy to have you all. It's awesome. Good on you,
Cheers.
Shasta.
The seniors division for 13th Boardriders, hotly contested. I'm going to read the results out because it could be a conflict of interest. Christian actually participating in this division. But how was he?
Good.
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 How do you
Waves
think?
good.
Waves are good.
Sponsors good.
Everything good.
Good.
Well, that is good. Well, I'll just jump straight into it then. In fourth place, we actually got two people in fourth, an equal fourth. Sean Mouse Todd in fourth, and Cullen Austin. So, congrats to those guys. In third, Tim Edwards. How'd Tim surf throughout the year?
Yeah. Timmy, legend.
Good.
Ripping. Absolute legend.
Second, David Smith.
Schmitty.
How'd Schmitty go throughout the year?
Schmitty, spot B.
Another spot B surfer.
Spot B, Conowari in.
Taking it out, a man that does tends to surf in chlorinated water more than salt now, I believe. The wave pool aficionado, Christian Pritchard.
Who? What?
Congratulations.
Congrats, man. No, it's just awesome to get on a couple of these perpetual trophies, along with all the other legends. So, yeah, cheers. Glad to take it out, and yeah, keep on keeping on.
All right, so moving on to the Masters Division.
Masters Division, yes, indeed. Wow, what a absolutely stacked division we have with our older generation these days. Yeah, I mean, we'd have generally guys like Mini, Bassos of the world, you know, all that sort of thing, and it's huge. So I'll rip straight into the top 4, which is Greg Bassett at number 4, who had a clean sweep of this division last year. And he actually won the first event and then had a dead set shockers for the rest of the season. So good enough to get 4th, but that's about it for this season. Leaving 3rd place, Trevor Sapowski, who's been quite the consistent competitor over time. And 2nd place, Old Sheep Station's Craig Lloyd, back from pro surfing credentials in South Africa, no less. 2nd place. Lloydie, great competitor, legend bloke, helps out around a lot throughout the judging. 1st place, who you might say, bloke you'd call the real King of Beacon, legend bloke, does a lot for the club and family and the whole community. Cam Lampard, come on down, Cam. 1st place in the Masters, good on you, legend.
Congrats, thank
you.
Woo! Stoked! Yeah, a little bit surprised actually, but now I reflect, we've had a bit of a break, so I kind of forgot about the events. There was one sort of poor waves, but the other waves were just pumping.
Yeah.
I remember it just being one of those seasons that you just go, today I want to be in the Boardriders, I want to put a rash vest on, I want to paddle out of a pumping beacon, so I've got priority other than 2 or 3 other guys in the lineup. And some good rivalries, there was a couple of crackers in there. The tip though was getting a good start in your heat, I reckon. And I had the fortunate situation of just, I think those 2 days at Beacon, I think within the first 2-3 minutes I just got this cracker wave off the start, and that set me up.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks boys.
Good on you, legend.
So up next is the Open Women's Division. How was the year?
Yeah, good. So we had that first comp at Beacon, decent size. All the girls were out, kind of freaking, but they just went for it, and had some standout performances in that one. Just got to, really props to people like Shasta that put all these, put all these girls together, these groups, to really, make it obvious that they're welcome. So we're going to get ripped straight into the placings. 4th place, Nyoka Evans. Now, this is a girl who's still at high school. She actually won 2 events, but only turned up, only managed to be there for 2 events. 3rd place, Ash Wall. So the chairwoman of Surfing Victoria. Ash Wall, Bowenhead stalwart, legend. 2nd place, Pip Tribe. Legend of Bowenheads, the Tribey family. 2nd place. But this year, based on 2 wins, couple of seconds, bit of domination, Casey won.
Taking it out. Congrats.
Taking it out.
Yeah, they did the
Thank you.
congratulations.
Legend from the club back in the day, back to represent the last couple of seasons. Thanks for coming back.
Pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be back. We've had a fun year. It's really great to see, like you said, welcome to the club, because I think it's really exciting to see that those young girls coming up and having fun and pushing us older girls a bit. And of course Shasta has been awesome in getting us all together and really developing that side of the club for women. So exciting things to come.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
On to Open B, a massive division.
Yes.
A lot of participants.
Yep.
A lot of loose units.
Generally a lot of loose units for sure.
But definitely a lot of fun having Open B.
That's the point of this one, isn't it? Open Bourbon or Open B?
Open Bourbon.
That's the only time you turned up, I believe, for the Open Bourbon.
That's where I do my best work.
Yes. And wouldn't you know it, 4th place, this bloke named Carbon Al Slow. Who's that?
Nice guy.
Carbon Al Slow. What does that translate
Good looking, funny, not rich, but yeah.
Oh, is that supposed to be Cole Rush?
Yes, that's
Cole Rush, congratulations. Right on, mate. 4th place, based on the back of your 2 wins. which leaves third place Lachlan Brown, personal favourite of mine, a local Spot B participant, most beautiful man in the cosmos. Second place Craig Lloyd, in for another second. He's got 2 seconds. Very unfortunate. It would have come down to how many comps we counted actually, but leaves us with the legend, operations manager, the best bloke that I've had as a sidekick, Trevor Sapowski. First place. In you come, Trev. Good on you, Trev.
Thanks, mate.
Good win, mate. OPB. What does this mean for you?
Oh, this means, thank you. Well, this is a big surprise. It just means for me that I'm just happy to be surfing and happy to be competing.
Good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good to have you around. Thanks a lot for all your hard work over the last couple of years. It's been huge. And I know you're sort of stepping aside for other people to help out, which is one of the things that I'm doing, handing over to Mitch. But thanks a lot for your time, and for your help, and for your performance. You're always there smashing it. So
thank you. Thanks to the club and everyone who helped organise it and all the sponsors. Keep surfing.
Big dogs? We ready for the big dogs?
Big dogs.
Is this where we're at?
This is where we're at.
Ooh,
Open A. Open A's. The creme de la creme of ballerine surfers. Massive year.
Top 4, Charlie Marnie, number 4. Now, this is where the under 18 state champ features, Charlie Farah. So really steps up when the time comes to really needing to step up. Doesn't worry too much about the 16s or 18s, just wants to dominate the big dog. So well done, Charlie Farah. Second place, the real big dog, Zeph Lampert, and someone who's
sounds like it's been a junior division.
It has been a junior affair, absolutely.
Dominating the Open A's,
which
is massive to see.
Fifth.
But
indeed, someone who was a little bit cut up, let's say, about not winning last year. Someone a little bit, scores could have gone my way a little bit more. I want that golden jersey.
Really dug deep this year.
But has done it multiple times before. Legend of the club, past president, always in the water. Who could it be?
The mouse. Sean Todd. Winner.
Yeah. Here he is.
Jump in the middle.
Big prize. Get on your mate. Here it is.
We do a
COVID special. Got your mask.
Get that noggin on the camera because it's one that we want to see.
The guy that wants more than just the win in the Open A division this year.
Well, cheers, everyone. Thanks for everyone's hard work this year, especially yours, Fredo, especially all the other community members and everyone. Thanks for filming this thing.
So we've got a sponsor, the Surf of the Mentawais. Trent from Surf of the Mentawais has been good enough to honour that award, even with all that he's going through at the moment and what that industry is going through. So congratulations. You are the winner of the boat trip. So free boat trip to the Ments, which is what we all sort of, strive towards. That's the dream, isn't it? So congratulations, mate. And so Trent will be in touch.
Awesome.
Hopefully
that's
you.
amazing, yeah.
Well done.
Loving it.
Any other sponsors you want to thank on
all the club sponsors.
Yes.
Cola.
That's a well done, mate.
Appreciate it.
You've done it again, so congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. future, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.
So the Palmer's Frother Award. What does it mean to be a Palmer's Frother?
Last but not least, the old Palmer's Frother. So this is something that was put up by a legendary sponsor of ours, Julian from Palmer's Plaster. He's like, what does the club need to really recognise? What is the club missing in its presentations? It really needs to highlight a person within the club that just is there and helps and is frothing out and is just the heart of everything. So in the past we've had Mitch Pope, who's now been in the committee since he was 15, is now the president of the club. And then we've had Harry Dott, and we've had Fletch Callahan. But this year it's been, as usual, all about someone who turns up, shows up, helps set up, pack down, sticks around, judges all day, surfs his heats, just legend, cooks a barbie, whatever. And again, we've got another one of those candidates, so I just want to call up Death Speed himself, Fletch Callahan, last year's Palmer's Frother, to give away this year's award.
Righto, this year's award goes to Lockie Brown. Thanks guys, very honoured to get the Palmer's Frother Award.
Alright, so that's a wrap for this year's Prezzo. I hope you all had a great night. Not my best work in front of the camera, but you'll sure be seeing more of me soon. Hopefully we can all catch up soon, have a surf. Make sure you save the date, 7th of November is our first comp for the next season. Don't drink too much, and well done to all the winners. See you later.